All right. Good day, ladies and gentlemen. This is gonna be. I got to use Pete's intro for this one of his songs. Here we go to start it off. Life's so hard when you've got more change than brains. More change than brains. Yeah, that fits this video perfect. More change than brains. Yep, hell yeah, that's what I'm talking about. More change than brains. Life's so hard when you got more change than brains. Damn, he's. I think Pete knew I was gonna do this shit. All right, I'm gonna explain how this works for the people that they don't have brains. They got change, but they don't got no brains. So this is the X-Fire 2000.1 limited edition with that pretty box right there. I mean, all that screen print and shit, whatever they call it. I mean, look at this stuff. The New Breed Mobile Audio 3000 watt monoblock amplifier limited edition AFX 2000.1. Now, this thing, look, just a plain Jane old box, duck sauce pointing down, 2700 with some boobies on it, dot 1D for D's nuts. Hell yeah. Now, this is what I'm trying to say. Guys, girls, and morons, please use your brain. Not your change. Use your brain. All right? So, like I told you, these are good sized transformers. They are. Good to go. Nice. But there is no epoxy or nothing holding these down. The caps here, you got some clear RTV. Let's see. Yeah, it's sticky. It's RTV, very clear. You can't hardly see it. Looks good. Just on like one side here, one side there, one side here, one side there. There's nothing on the rectifier. So what's going to technically happen is when you start cranking this thing, you say if you do like I hate people doing, putting stuff on boxes, but hey, that's what we got to do sometimes in these big old builds. You got to deal with what you got, man. You know what I mean? So, I mean, you can see the MOSFETs over here, and I mean, you can see what's going on. Just a whole bunch of them. And you got 100 microvolt, or excuse me, 100 volt, 22 microfarad caps. Yeah, I think that's what that is, 100 volt. Yeah, it is. It's 100 volt, 2200s. So you got four. Just remember these numbers. 100 volt, 2200s. All right. And they're Epsilon, which somebody had commented they've never seen Epsilon caps. Well, guess what? Me neither. That will tell me this is probably a better line of their products. No shit, it probably is. This is, like I said, this amp, it's supposed to be a good amplifier. But here's where things get sour for it. Why would you want to pay for this when you probably spend about, I'm just going to take a shot in the dark. I don't know the exact numbers because Duck has them, but I'm going to say for maybe $100 more, maybe 100, maybe not that much, you can get that. Where everything is epoxy. You see that black line? That's all epoxy through there. That's got these all hooked together. You see that epoxy right there? All the way down. There's not one thing that's not epoxied in here. Except for your bars. Even your card's epoxied. Your speaker terminals right here are epoxy. This is 8 gauge and this is 10 gauge. Okay? Because if you look deep down inside, that wire is tiny. You look right there, it's thick, big. Yeah. Got them tie wraps are cut off. I left that there on purpose. That's there for a reason. And here's how I get this stuff. This is a 2020 model. I know what year it is. It's a 2020 model. This amp's 4 years old. And how I get the stuff is China. The girls in China tell me what the real shit is. Now this is 100 volt 3300 microfarad. There's 10 of them in here. And you can see the size difference. I hope so. Let's get there where you can really see it good. You got your rectifier here with small wire. This is bigger. These are bigger. The transformers, there's 10 in here. There's 10 transformers in here. And I want you to look at this amp. Everything is epoxy. Everything. The whole thing. So, because they don't want this shit rattling around. They want it to stay together. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure out that this amplifier is going to smear this. It's going to wipe its ass with this thing. I'm telling you, there's just no... I don't know what else to say. I mean, I hope a picture or a video is worth 1,000 words. All right, there's your power inputs. I told you these were 4 gauge out here. All right, look at them big blocks and power blocks right there. You see that? Now look at this shit. Right there, that's freaking 2-volt, y'all. You can run up to 2-volt in this motherfucker. Look at the size of that. I need to get out my measuring stick again. Let me get something to measure something with. I'll get this little Allen key. Well, I don't know if I got a tape measure up here. Oh, yeah, I do. Man, I got something. I'm going to measure this proper. Hang on. Let me get something to measure this. So you can all see what the hell I'm talking about. Plain as day. So we'll just do millimeters. Everything's usually millimeters anyway when it comes to electronics. So let's do millimeters. All right, so if we check millimeters here, let's go to the cap first of all. 28 millimeters. Let's go to this one. Get my eyes on it where I can see. 35 millimeters. I'm gonna say this is gonna be more powerful. That's just what I think. Let's check this wire out. Now you're looking at the outside, so take a good peep at the inside too. So let me get it lined up where I can see it. 5 millimeters from jacket to jacket. That's what that would be, 5 millimeters. And inside the wire size is actually about 4 millimeters. All right, let's look at this one. Let me get in there. I better watch what the hell I'm doing. This amp's been charged before. All right. Wire to wire, 7 millimeters. Jacket to jacket, which ain't much, is about 8, 7.5, 8. It's very thin on the outside. What counts is what's inside. The transformers, this is where this thing's got some big transformers. And I said that, it really does. But these are wound tighter for sure, and there's a lot more of them. So let's check it out here. I ain't trying to make that look better. It is what it is. I tell you what it is. 50 millimeters, and this one has 40s, just say 40. So you got 250 millimeter here, and you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 40s in there. Now, if you was betting your life on it, which one of these do you think? Let's talk about this glorious dyno. Which one of these do you think is going to be the winner? Would you bet your life savings that this right here, this 3000.1, 3000 watt, 2000.1 is going to beat that? Let's talk about it. I did not change that rating. That's a 2700 watt amplifier from the factory. Hey, I don't know, man. Maybe this is a real conservative company here. Maybe this company right here is super conservative. Maybe they just want to say, hey, man, we want to shock our customers, like for real, like not electrocute them, but this would electrocute the piss out of you if you touched it. I mean, if you touch them speaker outputs while this thing's jamming, you're going to get the piss shocked out of you for sure, because it's got enough voltage to do it. So, if you're grounded. So, my point is this. I don't pay for damn looks, guys. I'm not in the looks department here. If I was in the looks department, I'd be going to a beauty contest and trying to pick out some hot chick. And some of you dudes might want to pick out a hot dude. I don't know. I mean, these days, you don't ever know. Like I said, people's got more change than brains, and some of them ain't even got no brains. They don't even know what sex they are. So, what I'm trying to say is the quality control in this amplifier is obviously better. There was more time involved in putting this together than there was this, by far. It took some time to do all this. Epoxy, make sure everything's tied up right. It's perfect. It's neat. There's nothing. Show me something that's messed up here. Oh, you talking about this moved just a tad? Well, it has to be for the lid to shut. It's such a big card. That's what it is. Same thing here. It's huge. There is no competition here. But this is a 2700 watt amp. That's what it is. I don't know how else to prove it. That's what it is. Now, what does it make? It's over 5,000. This is over a 5,000 watt amplifier. I know it is. It's over 5K, this amp. That's why that's covered up. I know what it is. But the problem is, like I said, and this amp right here is not a new amp. This amp was made in 2015. I think it's 2015. Yeah, right there. 2015. That's when this amp was made, in 2015. This is a 2015 model amplifier. So, and it even says right there that this is a 30... It says it's a 3000.1 revision 2.0. So this is an upgraded version of the regular 2000 watt amp. Now this thing in the book shows RMS ratings of 1000 at 1 ohm. I'm sure you can run it lower than that. I'm pretty sure. And this will run at 16 volts. So this is not about knocking this amp altogether. This is just telling you, if you have more of a brain than change, which is why I told you these amp lines are catered to people that just have a little bit of change and more brains. That's what you want to get. Guys, there is no way around it. I don't know how else to put this. I want you to line this up with some of the best amps you've ever walked up to. And I ain't talking about the ones that cost $3,000 that's 6 feet long and weigh 85 pounds. I'm talking about your basic 2,000 to 3,000 watt amplifier. Show me one that's better than this one. Show it to me. Get on your phone and look around and show me one's better than this one. With more devices in it. Show it to me. I'm waiting. Tick tock, tick tock, tick tock. I'm not paying for looks of the boxes. I'm not paying for advertisements. I'm not paying for all this box that says all this mumbo jumbo on it. I'm paying for the internals. I'm not paying to put glass on the back of it, fiber or plastic. It doesn't need a fan, and I'm going to tell you why it doesn't need a fan, because the heat sink's so big. It's made big for this much power. Can you put a fan on it? Sure. If it's in a tight spot, I would put a fan on it. But it's not required to run. I mean, right there, look at the numbers. Right there. What does that say? 3,300, 100 volt. Right there. 2,200, 100 volt. I don't know what else to tell you, man. I ain't gonna drag this out, but this is why I can do this, and this is why you need to be paying attention. And I tell people all the time, they say, man, I just bought this amp, it cost me $1,000. And I'm like, well, you was retarded. I don't know why you did that. You're making me not think you're not very smart. You got more change than brains. You need to get your brain department up a little bit. Your brain account. Your brain account's low. Your change account's high and your brain account's low. But this is not comparing. This is comparing an amp that in the beginning cost more than this. Now, what I paid for this amplifier is, I'll be honest with you, I don't have to lie to nobody. I paid less for these than this motherfucker cost me. Yep. But here's the thing. I got to pay for shipping on shit this big, this heavy. And shipping on this is nothing because it ain't heavy. It's not big. This costs less to get here than this. All day, man. I'm paying for a boat, a ship, and you're paying for a fucking canoe. So when I'm telling you these companies are ripping you a new asshole, they are literally putting it in dry, no Vaseline. You go listen to some Ice Cube, man. No Vaseline. I'll tell you all about this. Giving you no Vaseline. This is a good amplifier, though. I'm going to test it like I said. I'll put it through the works and all that. It does do 16 volt. The manual does not say 16 volt. I've reached out. This amp does do 16 volt. You have a PDF manual online, and it does run 16 volt. So this will run 16 volts. So that 1,000 probably will come up to, I would say 2,000 with these large transformers. And that's enough caps to do 2,000. It is. I mean, I know it is. I got amps comparable that I know do that kind of power. So, but this right here at 16, these numbers are at 14 volts. These rated numbers. Anyway, you guys have a good day. I thought I'd tell you how it worked, or a good night. There you go. Get you a Duck Sauce 2700.1 Booby D's Nuts smiley face. Hey, I'm not going to put fucking Duck's name on the goddamn amplifier that ain't bad to the bone. Plain and simple. You guys have a good day and take care.